Have you ever walked into a Danish living room, one that seems simultaneously minimal, warm, and welcoming, and wondered, why do Danes care so much about home decor? In this video we'll uncover how the Danish concepts of hygge, design heritage, climate, social values, even national happiness, all converge to make home decor a priority. We'll also explore how poor decor choices back home often lead to discomfort, wasted money, frustration, and how the Danish way avoids that. Stay tuned, because later in this video I'll show you real examples, and there's one little design trick Danes use that costs almost nothing but changes everything. Sustainability and green energy. Viking heritage. Welfare system. New Nordic food. Welcome to Denmark Explained, your front row seat to the hidden gems, quirky traditions, and powerful stories that make Danish culture truly unforgettable. Picture this. It's a cold winter afternoon in Northern Europe. The sun set hours ago, the air outside is damp, and the streets are almost empty. You step into a home and immediately notice a soft glow from lamps, the flicker of candles, a warm blanket on the sofa. The space feels alive, safe, and deeply comforting. Why is this so important here? Because for many months of the year, life is lived mostly indoors. When people spend long hours inside, the home becomes more than just four walls, it turns into a sanctuary. That's why the atmosphere is carefully crafted: gentle lighting, uncluttered spaces, and natural materials like wood, wool, and linen. Every choice is about creating calm in contrast to the gray skies outside. And here's a thought: when your environment lifts your mood, does it become part of your happiness itself? We'll return to that idea later. Research even backs this up. Surveys show that roughly 15% of overall happiness can be traced back to the quality of one's home. That means your home isn't just decoration, it directly affects your well-being. Think about that for a second: 1/7 of your daily happiness shaped by the place you live in. Now, you might ask, why do people here focus on things like multiple lamps, soft textiles, or tidy rooms? The answer lies in balance. Long winters with as little as 7 hours of daylight force people to bring light and warmth indoors. Instead of one harsh ceiling light, several smaller, warmer lights are placed around a room. That simple decision changes not just how you see the space, but how you feel inside it. And it's not only about light. Imagine a room filled with clutter during a long, gray winter. It would feel overwhelming. That's why minimal but meaningful decoration matters. Less distraction, more breathing space. It's not emptiness, it's intentional calm. Here's something else worth noticing. Nature finds its way indoors. Plants, wooden floors, stone, and wool blankets all connect people back to the outdoors even when the weather keeps them inside. This connection reduces stress and adds texture that makes a space feel warm rather than sterile. Later in this video, we'll talk about how design history shaped this mindset. But right now it's enough to see how climate and happiness data come together in the home. It's not about luxury, but about survival with style, turning necessity into comfort. So next time you walk into a northern home and feel instantly relaxed, remember, it's not an accident. It's the result of generations learning that the home is the heart of happiness. Remember that inexpensive decor trick I promised? We'll get to it, but first, let's understand another big reason Danes care about home decor: their design history and social values. Let's take a step back in history. Imagine a small country that modernized a little later than its neighbors. When it finally did, the people had a unique opportunity to weave design and craftsmanship into everyday life from the very beginning. Homes, schools, public buildings, all carried the belief that good design isn't a luxury, it's a necessity. This belief grew into something powerful. Chairs, lamps, and tables weren't just furniture, they became symbols of identity. They were built to last, using wood, leather, and steel, combining function with elegance. And here's the interesting part: these pieces weren't reserved for the rich. They were meant to be used by everyone, every day. That's a very different idea than in many parts of the world where design still equals expensive. Now, think about the impact of growing up surrounded by this. When children sit in well-crafted chairs at school, when families gather around tables that balance beauty and durability, it shapes expectations. You don't just want a piece of furniture to fill a room, you want it to contribute to how you live and how you feel. Doesn't that make you rethink the furniture in your own home? Here's another surprising fact: many people still buy replicas of these iconic pieces because originals are in such demand. Some do it knowingly because of the price, others by accident, not realizing what they've purchased. It shows just how deeply design has entered everyday life here. People would rather have a copy of a beloved design than live without it. That says a lot about values. And here's a twist. Design is also about fairness. This society is built on the idea that everyone deserves access to quality surroundings, not just those with big wallets. Homes don't have to be huge to be beautiful. In fact, most aren't. What matters is how the space is arranged, how light enters a room, how clutter is reduced, and how furniture serves multiple purposes. Function and equality go hand in hand. Let's pause for a question. If you had to choose between a trendy piece that might break in 5 years or a timeless piece that could last for decades, which would you choose? Most people here would say the latter, even if it means saving up longer. And that choice reveals the social values behind the design. Later in this video, we'll see how climate and sustainability push these values even further. For now, remember this. Design here isn't just about style. It's about living well, treating space with respect, and believing that beauty belongs in everyday life. Have you ever thought about which matters more to you when you decorate a home, comfort and atmosphere or style and appearance? If you chose comfort and atmosphere, you'll see how the Danish way naturally prioritizes warm lighting, soft textiles, and functional layout. If you lean more towards style and appearance, you'll learn how Danish design heritage blends style with function, so that even style feels comfortable, not just pretty. Let me know in the comments which side you lean toward, comfort or style, and why. Planning a trip to Denmark? Or maybe you're moving there soon? Don't just Google your way through it. Let denmarkexplained.com be your shortcut to a smoother, smarter, and way more fun experience. At denmarkexplained.com/products, you'll find itineraries, ready-made plans that turn confusion into unforgettable days, ebooks, packed with local insights, cultural tips, and everyday know-how. No boring history lessons, just stuff that actually helps. Expat guides, moving to Denmark? Get the info you wish someone told you before you landed. Everything's digital, everything's simple, and everything's designed to make Denmark feel less confusing, and way more cozy. So skip the stress, and get the guides that explain Denmark, clearly, cleverly, and in plain English. Check it out now at denmarkexplained.com/products. Your trip, our tips, let's make it amazing. If you're enjoying this deep dive into how Danes live through design and decor, hit the like button, subscribe for more videos about Danish culture, travel, and life abroad, and share this video with someone who loves interior design or wants to move here. Okay, we've covered hygge and heritage, now let's loop back to that decor trick I teased, and also see how practical needs and geography force certain decor choices, things you might not expect. Let's talk about how geography and climate shape the way people live indoors. Imagine living somewhere where the sun barely rises for months during winter. Long, dark days and cold, damp weather make the home not just a place to sleep, but the center of life. It's no wonder that lighting and warmth become essential priorities. In these conditions, one overhead light isn't enough. People use multiple lamps, candles, and soft lighting to create a sense of comfort. Each light source is positioned intentionally, in corners, next to seating areas, or on shelves. This might seem like a small detail, but it completely changes how the space feels. Later, I'll show you a simple lighting trick that makes a room feel inviting instantly. Now consider space. In many urban areas, apartments are smaller, and households often have just 2 or 3 people. Maximizing space becomes critical. Multifunctional furniture, like tables that fold, benches with storage underneath, or sofas that double as guest beds, isn't just clever, it's necessary. A well-organized room reduces stress and helps people feel relaxed even in a small space. And here's the kicker. Even with limited square footage, the emphasis is always on comfort and aesthetic appeal. It's not about filling every inch, it's about making each inch count. Sustainability also drives choices. People prefer durable materials that age gracefully: wood, stone, wool, and textiles. They avoid cheap, disposable products. This not only helps the environment but also reinforces a lifestyle of quality over quantity. It's fascinating how necessity, practicality, and environmental awareness come together to shape homes here. Another factor is the weather's influence on textures and materials. Soft rugs, thick blankets, and layered curtains don't just keep warmth inside. They make a space feel cozy, tactile, and lived in. Even something as simple as a wool throw can transform a cold, minimal room into a warm, inviting retreat. And here's something to think about. These decisions, from furniture choice to lighting, aren't random. They're a response to daily life conditions and reflect values like efficiency, care, and intentional living. When you walk into these homes, you might notice how effortless everything seems. That effortless comfort is actually the result of careful planning and design. Later, we'll see how culture and heritage influence these choices even more. But for now, remember this: climate and practical constraints don't limit creativity. They inspire it. They turn challenges like small spaces, cold winters, and limited daylight into opportunities to craft homes that are functional, beautiful, and deeply comforting. Next time you step inside a home and feel instantly at ease, ask yourself, is it the furniture, the lighting, or the thought behind every detail that's making you feel this way? We've seen hygge, heritage, climate. Finally, let's see how this impacts you, whether as a traveler, a new resident, or someone curious. What to observe, what to bring, what to adopt. Now that we've explored how homes are designed for comfort, space, and daily life, let's look at how these design choices have turned into a global phenomenon. You might be surprised to learn that the same principles that make homes cozy and practical at home also drive a multi-billion-dollar export industry. Danish-inspired furniture and interior products are shipped all over the world, from neighboring countries to the United States. In 2023, Denmark exported more than $3.3 billion worth of furniture, lighting, and prefabricated items. That's a clear sign that thoughtful, functional design isn't just appreciated locally, it's in high demand globally. And here's the kicker: even replicas of these designs are sought after, showing how influential the style has become. It's not just about money, though. The design philosophy emphasizes quality, simplicity, and durability. Manufacturers focus on materials that last: wood, stone, textiles, and on furniture that serves multiple purposes. This combination of practicality and elegance makes the products appealing for a wide range of lifestyles. Think about it. A chair that looks great, feels comfortable, and lasts decades? That's a product most people would invest in, even overseas. The market for interior design and smart furniture is also growing fast. In 2023, the interior design sector in the country was valued at over $560 million, and the smart furniture market alone is expected to nearly double in the next decade. That's an interesting detail. Technology is being combined with timeless design to make homes not just beautiful but smarter and more adaptable. Later, we'll touch on how some simple design tricks from these exports can be applied in any home. Even online, furniture sales are booming. E-commerce revenue for Danish furniture is projected at $561 million in 2024, showing that people worldwide are eager to bring this style into their homes without stepping into a store. And exports continue to rise steadily, especially to countries that appreciate minimalism, sustainability, and functional beauty. Another point worth noting is how this focus on quality and functionality influences trends globally. Designers abroad look to these products for inspiration, copying elements like multifunctional storage, neutral palettes, and layered lighting. It's remarkable how the values built into local homes have such an international ripple effect. Finally, what does this mean for you as a traveler or someone moving here? When you step into a home, hotel, or shop, you're not just seeing furniture. You're seeing a philosophy in action. Every lamp, table, or rug has been crafted to balance beauty, comfort, and practicality. Later, you might even spot simple techniques that you can bring into your own living space, no matter where you are in the world. This global influence shows that home decor here isn't just a local priority. It's a model of living well that inspires people everywhere. Thanks for watching. If you want to explore more about Danish design, culture, and daily life, click on the playlist to your right. See you in the next video.